Editor's note: Elephant is not your doctor or hospital. Our lawyers would say this website is not designed to, and should not be construed to provide medical advice, professional diagnosis, opinion, or treatment to you or any other individual, and is not intended as a substitute for medical or professional care and treatment. Always consult a health professional before trying out new home therapies or changing your diet. But we can't afford lawyers, and you knew all that. Ed. What is the relationship of mind and body? According to Ayurveda, we carry a life force called prana that bridges the physical body and the subtle energies, like mind and emotions. We have various layers, koshas, to our bodies. Prana, or life force, hails from the pranamaya kosha, or outermost layer of the subtle bodies. This is surrounded by anamaya kosha, the dense physical body, and surrounds the manomaya kosha, or mental sheath, where the mind and emotions are found. We see that the prana layer lies between mind and body, making prana that which connects mind and body. Recently, researchers have discovered subtle energy particles called biophotons or bioelectrons. They are the body's subtle energy information carriers that many researchers believe are the body's prana system. Biophotons, or ultra-weak photon emissions, UPS, are light particles emitted from most living systems. Photons are quantum particles that have the ability to be expressed as particles, electromagnetic waves, or fields, which puts biophotons at the junction between physical matter and unmanifest quantum fields, as described in physics, or as the mind and body are described in Ayurveda. Ayurveda, as well as many quantum theories, suggest that unified quantum fields are in fact consciousness. In addition, Ayurveda finds the cause of all disease at the junction between consciousness, mind, and matter, body, which may now be described as the junction between quantum fields and quantum particles. Science now tells us that biophotons are, by definition, quantum particles that can be expressed as a particle or an electromagnetic quantum field. Placing attention and intention at the junction between consciousness and matter, field and physiology, which is our biophotons, is now emerging as a theory that could explain self-healing. Prajnaparata, Ayurveda's cause of disease. The cause of all disease is called prajnaparata, or the mistake of the intellect. It is described as when the body, the parts, starts to function independently from the field of consciousness, the whole, from which we came. In this case, we forget our true nature as consciousness and start acting separately from the whole, as if we are only particles, and not also waves. Ideally, the body, mind, and spirit, the manifest and unmanifest aspects of the body, designated by the koshas, function as one whole rather than separate parts. New research suggests biophotons act as subtle energy carriers that function as non-contact, non-chemical, cell-to-cell communication light particles stored in healthy DNA, which can communicate over long distances in the body. In damaged DNA, the DNA is unable to hold in the biophotons, which results in a 10 to 20 times increased release of biophotons from the body. As biophotons are released, there has been a measurable increase in free radicals, likely from the DNA damage. Yoga and meditation practices have been found to lower emission of UPS and reactive oxygen species, ROS, or free radicals, suggesting that stress reduction practices like meditation and yoga can repair DNA and therefore reduce release of light particles, biophotons, from the DNA. The bystander phenomenon. For decades, researchers have described a phenomenon where cells, and even whole animals, communicate with each other through emission and reception of biophotons. These ultra-weak biophotons are concentrated within DNA and communicate throughout the body and even from species to species energetically through light. In one study, when a healthy rodent was put in a cage for 48 hours with a rodent who had received a single dose of brain radiation, the non-radiated rodent saw similar or even greater health effects than what was measured in the radiated rodent. How is that possible? The mechanism they attributed this transmission to was biophotons. Researchers concluded that biophotons appear to communicate with all cells of the body in a synchronous wave of informational energy at the speed of light. Biophotons can manipulate matter, making physiological changes, and physics tells us that these photons can interact and carry information over vast distances instantaneously. charged with intention. Studies have found that biophotons can be altered by intention, which may explain distance healing, the healing of prayer, the laying of hands, and many other modalities once considered faith healings with no scientific basis. According to what is called Bond's hypothesis, intention can produce biophysical images in the brain associated with an increased emission of ultra-weak biophotons. According to the theory, biophotons emitted from the body with intention can interact with other biophotons that are related or entangled with that intention from great distances. This is related to Einstein's theory of spooky action at a distance, in which entangled photons change instantaneously over large distances. Human skin has been found to be a biophoton trapping system, suggesting that humans both emit and receive biophotons, which we now know can be changed or altered by intention and carried over long distances. These UPs can have therapeutic effects when intention is applied, as seen in the studies with yoga and meditation. There is much to learn about the power of intention, moving prana, and biophotons, as they all seem to function at the junction where frequencies and quantum particles meet. With intention, these frequencies may be able to change our material world. Perhaps they are the healing force behind our prayers. Let's block ads. Why?